We're all in the pursuit of something.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We're back in the car and we're gonna try it again today. Because I have a new trick, which is genius, absolutely genius. Just use a tripod and let's see if it works, because we're gonna drive to the gym and it is upper body today. Oh, there we go. Oh. So yeah, upper body today. It's a little bit different this week. I'm still injured, but it's going slightly better. I can do just a little bit more now. Ooh, that's a bright sun. Yeah, you can't see shit. Sorry about that. Oh, and there we go. Stay there, motherfucker. Oh, it doesn't stay there. Okay, so tripod in the car apparently doesn't work either. Yeah, we're gonna do upper body. Like I still can't go very heavy, but I've got a few things that I can do now, which then makes it easier to do like upper and lower, so I can get a little bit more frequency in for my upper body, which will help with retaining muscle better, get a little bit more volume in as well. That way, so gonna start out with some shoulders, then some back, and then some chest and arms, yeah, like upper body. But it's all kind of modified in order to be able to do it. So yeah, I'll show you what we can do today and how we're getting through this process one step at a time. So see you at the gym. Okay, welcome. We're gonna start with the same warming up that we did the last time, but there is a improvement here. I'm gonna show you what it is. So I can now do this exercise with 2 kilo dumbbells. I know, exciting, right? So I'm gonna body you with it. I'm just gonna warm up, do this, and then we'll get into the first exercise. All right, here we go. Some 5 kilo dumbbells. I'm gonna start off with some side raises. I still have to be very, very concentrated when I do these, because one wrong movement and I kind of like irritate things again here. So I kind of need to find my groove with this and then just stay in it and really focus on like slow tempos, getting a lot of blood flow, getting that burn. Because obviously I can't go heavy now. I'm gonna try to move in what's called the scapular plane, which is kind of like 30 degrees out from the body. That's the easiest on the joint. So let's try this. Okay, that was 30 reps. Felt okay. It's like, it doesn't feel painless, but it's like a 2 out of 10, which is acceptable here in this phase of recovery. I'm gonna try to go a little heavier now. I'm still drinking my collagen within this, together with my other intra-workout subs, because we're pushing blood into the area, and with that I want the collagen to be there. I also took some collagen pre, so I'm doing it pre, intra, and post now. So here we go. a set a little heavier. I doubled it to 10. Maybe that's stupid, but we'll see. Whoa. Felt okay. That's actually very positive. Kind of the same level of pain, of discomfort as I had with the 5 kilos, except now it's 10 kilos and it's working the muscle a little bit more. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna stick with 10 for today. Don't wanna push it too fast, too soon, because that's exactly how I get injured. Too much, too fast, too soon. And the same goes for rehab. It's like if you go too fast, too soon, just start right back at the beginning. So this is feeling all right. So I'm gonna do, I guess, 3 more sets here, side raises. Get the delts nice and pumped, and do some rear delts as well. That's a good burn. I missed that. It's still not even close to what I did, but this feeling, it's making me happy. I'm a happy fella. I'm taking like relatively short rest periods here because the weights are light, so I don't need a lot of rest. One more here, and some rear delts. Feeling like my delts are finally back alive now. All right, next up, I'm gonna try to do rear delt flies on the machine here, because obviously it's out here. That's a difficult position for me, but the positive is, since it's focused on pushing out, there's more external rotation and more external rotators incorporated, which tend to do well with me at the moment. More so any internal rotation that really doesn't go just yet. So yeah, let's see. I'll start very light and see how that goes. Very good. Very light, but positive, no pain, which is, it's like I'm discovering myself again. Like every single training, I'm trying something new. That's like how I'm incorporating new movements, so I know it works already. And then every single training, I choose one movement or a variation of movement that I'm gonna try and see how that goes. And like slowly, that is expanding my exercise capacity again, as in my capacity to do different exercises. And if that continues, then probably next week I will be able to go and do like push-pull legs instead of upper-lower, which then will be even more volume per body part. So steps forward there. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier. Definitely a good burn. After this we got back. We'll do 2 exercises for back. Hopefully they'll go well. All right, here goes set number 3. Did it a little bit heavier again. Starting to feel a little bit more challenging there. Not painful just yet, but more unstable. And every time it becomes unstable, it starts to hurt. But not just yet. So I'm not gonna go heavier than this today. See, that's me being smart. I am learning. Fucking hope I am learning. Okay, last one here. Okay, that was delts. On to the next. Okay, so I'd say for now, back and chest are the trickiest parts to train for me. With back, the hardest part is that sort of extended position, as well as the position where you get closer to full contraction and you get more maybe shoulder extension going on. So I have to be really mindful of the way I move, keeping my thoracic spine extended and not letting any of that happen, and also not going into over extension through my traps. There's two ways to do that. I can reach forward and fully stretch my lat here and keeping my shoulder low, which is kind of like pushing my serratus forward, which that goes well. But as soon as I go and kind of reach over like this, using my upper traps more so that it gets more shoulder blade more into elevation, the space here sort of tightens, that's when shit goes bad. But it's very easy for me to do that because that's kind of the way I taught myself to stretch my back from the very first time I ever started training back. So it's also a good thing for me now to kind of unlearn that and really work through that serratus and keeping the shoulder low, because since I've been doing that, connection with my back is kind of like threefolded. So that's only going to be positive in the long run. It's the way I see it. All right, so I'll get locked in here. Whew. 20 reps there. Feels okay. Really like, again, concentration here, because if I lose it for 1 second, I immediately go like, and then I feel it. So be really focused. I'm gonna put a 10 on each side and do 30-30. See how that goes. Okay, set número 2. 30s aside. Okay, as soon as I forget to focus on actually really pulling just with my lats, and I let my bicep kick in more, immediately I feel it. It's not as sharp of a pain as it has been, but it still reminds me like, hey, motherfucker, I'm here, I'm waiting for you, I'm waiting for you to make a mistake. All right, up the load with another 10 kgs aside. So that's 40-40 now. Which, if this goes well, I'd be happy for today. All right, that's good. That's good. No pain. Not completely comfortable, but that's not to be expected either. No real pain. But at least there's some decent load on the lats. I'll do another set with this weight, and then we move on to the next. Another back exercise. All right, let's hope this one goes well too. As I'm like preparing for the set, something I always do is like, I'm just trying to visualize that set. Right now I'm doing that, but I'm really focused on that part which I just talked about, where I'm gonna stretch kind of through my serratus and keep my shoulder low and protract, but not elevate. It's not that that movement is bad though, elevation. I mean, yes, you can get a little bit of extra stretch on the lats. It's just not good for me at this moment in time, since the tendon is still inflamed. So if I do that, I compress the tendon, and tendons hate to be compressed, especially when they're inflamed and under load. So that's just a combination I want to avoid at the moment, but I do want to get back to at some point. That was all right, but it was close. Controlling the rep tempo is always a good thing, but right now I have to put even more emphasis on it, because if you slow down the eccentric, and especially slow down that transition point going from eccentric into concentric, because that's where the tendon will be loaded the most. If you do that very explosive, that'll be a lot of force on the tendon at once, versus if you really controlled, like slowly pull into that concentric again, coming out of the eccentric, that'll be less stress on the tendon, and as a result, less or no pain. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is still occupied, which right now I don't have a lot of room for variation, so I'm going to have to wait. And meanwhile, I'm just going to do one more set of this, just kind of keep myself warm, keep the blood in there. Have to be careful with the total volume I do though, because that's another factor. You can do like lighter weights, adjust the exercises, but if you ramp up the volume too high again, too much too soon, too fast too soon, then that in and of itself is gonna start creating more inflammation again. Okay, up next, we're gonna do dead stop barbell rows, and this is with a special focus, because barbell rows I couldn't do either at the beginning when I was had this injury, especially that bottom position where I kind of let the bar, once again this is the same pattern, kind of like stretching this way, where I kind of let my shoulder roll over. It's just the way I was used to train. So right now what I'm focusing on is I'm having the bar, you'll see it in a bit here, I'm having the bar lay down here at a height where I can kind of get into position and then focus on reaching out through that serratus whilst keeping my T-spine arched, so not like rounded, keeping my T-spine up and really focusing on bringing that bar to full stretch through that serratus, so really getting that protraction in that direction. And then that's where the bar dead stops, so that's where it lies down. From that position, I then row up, control it back again into that stretch the right way. And because I can reset every single rep, that helps me to maintain that kind of like good posture, good technique, and get a decent output for my back as well. And the feeling I had on this is close to no other feeling I've ever had in my back. It's crazy. So I'm gonna keep this one in, even if I'm back being able to train at like full strength and capacity. I want to keep this one in until I can't no more. Let's get into it. Woo. Another thing that I'm not doing for a while is using straps. Not even on deadlifts, which I have tomorrow. Because as soon as I use straps, it hurts. And my theory is, if I don't use straps, I have to really squeeze the bar and keep tension in the right areas. And that turns on like your external rotators and just stuff that stabilizes the shoulder joint. And as long as it's stable, it doesn't hurt. So as soon as you use straps, which naturally then obviously you're going to lift heavier, but even if I do the same weight with straps, it hurts. And that is because I don't have to then squeeze and grip the bar that hard, which then doesn't really turn on those muscles to the same extent. And so more of that tension is going to come onto connective tissue. That's my theory. It's my bro science theory for why it hurts with straps, because it literally hurts with straps if I would do the same weight. So if I would do this weight and use straps, it'll hurt. I'm going to go a little bit heavier. All right, 2 plates aside now. That's an okay weight. Oh, fuck. Too fast. I'm gonna try it again I'll just control that eccentric much more. Okay, the second try went well. So I'm controlling that eccentric with my back instead of just letting the weight kind of fall down with gravity. Even if that's for a split second. So as soon as I have to like regain control of that weight, initially all that force is going to come down on my tendon. So I just have to stay in control of it all the time. Another set. Kind of want to do one more set, so I'm gonna. It's really like taking an inch of territory every week in terms of improvement. But there is improvement, that's the most important thing. All right, back at the Jim Laco standing press. This will be my favorite neutral grip pressing machine here. Got 25 aside now. I'm gonna see how that goes. Oh. Okay. Presses are definitely the hardest still. I kind of like feel sort of something is there, not the sharp shooting pain. That is when it really catches a lot of force or bumps up against something. That's when I'll experience that. But now I just gradually felt more loading on that tendon and it didn't really like it. And that's where it becomes kind of difficult to judge because they say like you need to train You need to kind of use it, and you are allowed to feel a little bit of pain. But I'm a very poor judge of pain because I feel like my pain barrier is kind of high before I really feel like, oh, something is wrong. Usually it's already way too late. So I'm not gonna go heavier than this. That's basically my whole story. To tell you guys, I'm gonna stick to the same weight here. Oh, that's all right. Kind of did a little different grip there. So instead of going fully neutral, I kind of did like semi, where I had the outside of my hand on this part and this palm of my hand on the neutral grip part. Felt okay. Felt better than the neutral grip actually. A bit more natural. So I'm natural now. Now you might have recalled from last video, I actually did 40 inside here, which obviously is way more than now, but I didn't do back before I did this. Last week I did legs. So that's like what I just talked about, total volume, loading on that tendon in the back, everything will load that tendon as well. So it's just gotta work that up as well, the capacity for it, which is why I've been going from front and back to upper lower and aiming to go to push-pull after this, push-pull legs. But that's only if I can get enough exercises in to actually make that work. Okay, that's new. I just did a bold move there, trying to do an overhand grip press, and it went okay. That's another win for today. We're stacking them up, guys, today. It's looking good. Just hoping I'm not saying that too soon. Okay, on to the next. Okay, trying out the dips. Real good. That feels real good. No discomfort whatsoever. So I'm gonna go a little heavier here, go for 2 plates a side. See how that goes. That's pushing it, but it is okay. It's almost closing time here. We're almost done anyway, so I'm gonna try this one a little bit different here. See how that goes. That's a no. I'm gonna do one more here and finish with some triceps. Yeah, I'm gonna probably stick with upper lower for one more week after filming this session today. If that goes well, if there's some improvement there, then I'll have the capacity to do push-pull legs the week thereafter. So for reference, today, I believe it's 23 or 24 days ago that I aggravated it. So like 3 weeks and a bit. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, last one here. All right, finishing up with some cross cable tricep extensions. I'm not gonna do any direct bicep work for today, so I think the tendon is being stressed enough. I'm gonna start relatively light. Felt okay. Just doesn't like I can do a little bit, as you can see, but it just doesn't give me that same feeling as just really fatiguing myself on just on a push day, or like just on train chest, or just with training back. It's just not comparable. But I should be happy. There's improvement today, so yay. Winning at life. be curious to see how it feels later today once again. It's always like a lottery, every single training, especially if I do new things or go a little bit heavier or push my limits a little bit more. Every single training, like when I do that now, it's kind of like, okay, now I'm gonna have to wait and see what happens later today. Did I fuck it up or not? Or even like tomorrow morning, how do I wake up? How does it feel? Never a dull moment. All right, guys, I'll call that a day. I'll wrap up this session and wrap up the video here. Still got quite some work to do today, but this is kind of where we're at right now with the recovery, so sort of moving forward, making steps in the right direction, and hopefully it won't take too long before we're back at full capacity. This week I've done my health checks, I did blood work, I did an echo for my heart, an echocardiogram as well, waiting for the results, and that'll give us kind of like an insight of how we're looking on the health front, and based on that we can decide things in terms of are we able to push just yet, and then obviously the next thing we gotta wait for is for me to be back at full training capacity, and then we'll start the off season for real. Because I know, like, if I've lost some progress over the past 3 weeks, I know it'll be back plus more. I know myself, and I pulled it off before, and I'll pull it off again, but it's just getting through these moments that's just mentally the hardest. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate the support, appreciate all you guys' messages. And if you did like the video, drop a like, comment, subscribe, send it to a friend, you know. See you for the next one. Peace.
I chose bodybuilding as my journey, and I'm loving every second of it. Welcome to the pursuit.